Welcome to SE Custom Designs, where we're near the end, perhaps just a few more episodes of Bandsaw boxes, lessons learned. So essentially, I'm stopping at every point of the project and talking about the various steps that are involved in making bandsaw boxes. And trust me, there's a lot of steps. There's a lot of steps. And so here they are. Absolutely gorgeous, aren't they, my friends? One of them has a surprise inside of them. If you haven't seen the previous video, then please look them up. Look the series up, for we have a surprise in there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn on some more light. But I wanted to show you that my shop, my poly shed, rather, you can hear rain coming down upon us, is out in the back of my yard, and the poly stain booth shed has quite the history to it. We started off making the poly shed out of pallets that I picked up on the side of the road. So you can see there's one pallet here, and then the other pallet's connected to it. This isn't anything fancy here. And behind it, we have plastic. Now the whole poly shed was exactly like that. Not what you're seeing at the moment, which we've kind of evolved a little bit here, right? Sorry, you're probably getting dizzy. Then the top of the unit was here. That's a good, I don't know, couple of feet above my head. And then it came straight across like this. And that was basically 4x8s. Like this, and so you couldn't see from the roof. My pastor and some parishioners came over and blessed my socks off. My pastor made this unit up here, which looks like it came from doors, maybe windows, I don't know. He custom made that, and then he put this this corrugated see-through stuff here. All right, pretty cool, huh? Absolutely, really amazing. And so it let all this light in addition to this light, but as you can see, we're getting a lot more light from this. So I got the idea. Oh, and also they put in this door. So previously I had just plastic that I would sort of tie off and somehow, you know, whatever, that was that. So it's a little bit of a mess right now, but so then stage 2 was to remove the pallets one by one. And imagine my progress. It was really cool. And start to put in this here all the ways around. And so that's what we did. Now look at the amount of light that's coming in here. And this is an overcast, dark day. And so then I came home from work one day, and these windows, one here, this one here, which is very long, and 2 windows there, were the side of the road. And so I think I jumped out of my car, and it was still going down the street, and I was like grabbing these windows. I didn't want them to get taken on me. So I very methodically and slowly, I think it was last year, if I'm not mistaken, around August maybe, or September, something like this, that I started to install one window at a time, and I put them in here like this. So it was a fun progression, just to do this. And then we made this table here. It's quite a mess at the moment, but and got garbage under there. And so that was my main, that and this little platform here, my main work area. Then a friend, one of the parishioners who helped with this, gave me this. And so now we just put things in there. Like our gloves, for example, our latex gloves, which I'm going to need. Come on out. These are for the big man hands. Okay, so that's that. Just stuff like that. We can get ourselves organized. I actually use this in the winter time to dry bandsaw boxes. So I put a heater down here, and I don't even know what I got. Oh, that's for transferring prints to wood, acetone. So yeah, I just put this little heater in there, that guy in there, and now I have this one. I gotta put a top on that, and I just sort of drop this top and then this top on top of here to make it kind of flush. I haven't, obviously it's not a priority for me to make it look all kinds of pretty, but there you go. So this is my my little poly shed, and the VOCs can stay out here instead of inside. Now watch this. As much light as we have at the moment, check this out. I just have 2 LED floods up here, and they just go ahead and light up my world. So what I'm going to do, my friends, is I think I can do this. I'm going to put you down here in the good old faithful phone stand that I made, and I think you can see what I'm doing. I gave it a little bit of a test. So what we're going to do for these gifts are going for this lovely couple getting married, and my wife expressed that they would like this, probably like this. I hope she's right. She probably is. Gray. This is gray stain. I'm not a salesman for any of the products that I use. I just use them. All right, so this is going to be a pretty easy project to stain these guys. Now you want to get all the settlement on the bottom, all the pigment from the bottom. Let's shake that up. Like so, and we have a little bit of a surprise here. Let's go ahead and put on our gloves. A little bit of a surprise. If this is the first episode in Bandsaw Box's Lessons Learned, and I show you how to make these things from the 4x4 all the way to what you see now, the product. And I have a lot more to go like this in various lengths for my wife's sewing table, custom sewing table. I wasn't as active back then videoing. I just took pictures and maybe real quick clips of things. And right now I just go through the process, and I don't assume that everybody knows everything that they're saying. And so I hope that you enjoy my videos. I have around 360 videos on a variety of subjects. Whenever I get a tool, I research it, and I research it, and here it is, my friends. If you haven't seen the previous video, these are what we call nested trays. So there's a block like this that's left over from this when you're making this, the drawer. And I just take that and I continue making drawers. There's 6 of them in here. Can you believe it? 6 of them, my friends. And wasn't sure what that noise was. So there's no waste. Waste not, want not in this case, right? This is just excellent. Okay, so let's go ahead, and nothing fancy going on here, my friends. When it comes to staining, I would say the most important thing to remember is to keep in your head is that you have to move along. And if I start staining here, for example, and a drip gets on there, you want to wipe that drip out real quick. Okay, you want to wipe it out, because otherwise it's going to look like a drip. And you're going to have to sand it out, and that's going to be fun. So you just want to move right along. So from right to left or left to right, whatever you're doing, you want to make sure that you're just completing the process. And let's give you an example. So let's go ahead and dip this in here. And we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up like this. Okay? There. He's all done. Now smaller pieces are easier to do, right? To complete. Your bigger pieces, like ladder shells and whatever, bigger things like this, you have to really think about, have an action plan on how you're going to do that. Because you do not want the drippy look, okay? So there we go. We pretty much got it covered. And I'll be wiping this over and over and over. I want to make sure my end grain gets plenty of the stain, because those end grains, they're really thirsty. Okay, so as I'm staining here, let's talk about some of the lessons learned with the bandsaw boxes. Now, humidity levels. Let's talk about humidity levels. In the winter time, it's going to be dry. And I never thought about getting a humidifier. Most of the time we want to get rid of that stuff. But in this case, cutting the stalk and making these boxes, I would literally hear the wood start to crack. Well, now I have a humidity reader in my basement, and it's at the moment it's about 60% humidity. All right, so we're going to. This is the kind of stain. Each stain is a little different, my friends. This is the kind of stain that I'm going to be wiping off. So I'll put it on. Some stains just soak in, and it is what it is. This is what you get, right? But this stuff here, you got to come back and wipe it. See, some of the wood is denser, and so it's. Whenever I put it back down, I've got to be aware that I have just left fingerprints on it, right? So that's generally what it looks like. And then, so let's move on. We're going to set it down, so I got to make sure I get those fingerprints again. All right, now I don't want to just touch this with my fingers. Okay, so I'm going to start with the prominent areas. That would be right here. I just noticed that I dripped. It's impossible not to, almost, right? I dripped and instantly put something like that on there. So I'm just going to finish the thought. Basically, if you just go quick, you're going to be good, okay? Just go quick, my friends. In this case, I'm going to pour the stain in there. It's just going to be easier because this end grain here, if I can show you, this end grain in here is very, very thirsty. And it's just, if you're going to, you know, sort of be conservative, it's going to be frustrating. The only way to learn this is to do it. Just jump in there. I would say just, you know, get some experience in your belt. Under your belt. I don't even know if that's a saying. Okay. So again, the last thing you touch, make sure that you're not leaving some craziness behind. All right, so I'm going to let him sit there. I'm going to go ahead and grab this one now and move right along. So, and all the while try to talk about lessons learned. So even just cutting up the stock was challenging in the winter time. Make sure that you're not going to cut your wood too thin. If it's going to be like this is fir, I believe. If you cut the wood too thin, I was trying to be fancy, okay? You got to give me that. And basically, the wood cracked in certain places, and so then I had to glue it back together. And I have that example down in the wood shop. You know, I'd like to keep it around as a reminder of this is my first one. Okay, so it's getting harder to do this without touching it. I'm just going to pour that in there. If that's okay, it can just stay in there. Okay, so there we go. Oh, the lessons learned. And I've been doing bandsaw boxes. I just started really to do them in 2017. And I have very thorough videos, including the one I just made, but you can visit older episodes on the process. And there can be all sorts of shapes and sizes. I could literally make a bandsaw box out of your face. Take a picture of your face and have your eyes would be the drawers. Hey Lizzie, can you do me a favor and turn off the pan? I have it on really, really low, but I'm tied up. Thank you. So I don't know what I was talking about. I am doing the Sunday dinner and this here. So, all right. So there we go. La 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 la. Moving along, my friends. Let's pick this guy up and baptize him. You are hereby baptized. Come over here so you can see. what it is that I'm doing. Now you can see now I'm going a lot faster than what I was before, and kind of breaking all the rules I just talked to you about. But that's because I'm moving right along. Where the danger becomes, especially on a warm day, right, when the humidity is really low, the wood is just going to accept the product, whatever it is, and it's just going to almost instantly dry and make an impression on the wood. Okay, like a drop or something like this. So there you go. All right, now this is going to be tricky. I have to take this out quick and go for it, right? Go for it real fast. So I'm going to take some of the stain from down there. All right, and there you go. I'm going to be making a lot more, stepping up the challenge with the bandsaw boxes and making really crazy shapes and conservative shapes, whatever, you know, just try to have fun with it. And the methodology is going to change when you go from doing something like what you see here, right, to other styles. The methodology is going to be different. Your approach, what you're cutting out first, and the steps and so on and so forth. So, all right, I'm going to start grabbing the nested boxes, do the best I can, as fast as I can. And here we go. It's kind of fun. I don't know, it's kind of therapeutic to stain these guys. Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pour the product right in there. So you go ahead and drink it up. He's been thirsty for quite a while. Right? Oops, see I dripped on there. I dripped on here. I always wish I had a 5-gallon pail, my friends. Just dump them all in there. But, oh well. All right, we're just filling time and yip-yakking here. There's a little bit of relief when you're done with the major parts of the initial staining. Shortly I'm going to be re-wiping all of the units down, and that's when you got to have another level of pay attention, because you want to make sure there's no finger marks left behind or any droops left behind. So there you go. These guys get really small. Starting to go faster. So pour a little bit in there. Yeah, everybody's going to have their. Now, when I was in their methods, in the early, let's see here, 90s, I was a painter. We did all aspects of painting. I just saw that happen. We did about 3 houses a day, my friends. 3 houses a day. Painted the interiors completely. I just missed the entire thing. Well, we did all specs. We did the inside. I was a sprayer, and that's what helped us do a lot of painting real fast. Just get your preppers, prep everything out, and so do that aspect. I gotta be careful I don't break this too. Doing videos live, keeping things moving right along. I gotta remember that these things are quite delicate, especially this guy here. That's actually a bandsaw box drawer. It's a nested tray. Look how small that is. So I really don't know how to get that. Let's pour it right in there. Whee! Oh, I can even do this. How about that? Do that. There you go. Okay, so now let's take the lid and put it on. I'll check that later as well. So let's go ahead and just drop that there. Now we're going to start with the first one, go back, and do just a general white like this. This gets really, really tricky. You have to really be careful. I think what I'm going to do as well is change my gloves. Just drop them there because they're really, really soaked. I need to have a sense of not putting too much product back on there. So I have no idea how long this video has been going. There we go. I think what I'm going to do is stop the video because I really need to move along here. And I'm running out of things to talk about, which is hard to believe. But if you follow the series, you're going to see that we've basically went from a 4x4 all the way to what you see now. And once we're done with this, we're going to put this on there. This is going to have to dry for a couple of days minimal. All right, which should be pretty nice out here. It gets up to about 100 degrees in here plus. And we'll be putting this stuff on there. Thanks for watching this SE Cousins Designs. It's 21 minutes plus. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe to my channel. I bring my face out just so, because if you're watching my videos, you know that that's the SE Cousins Designs. Take care, God bless, and let me move along here. All right, take care, guys.